Hello, assalamu alaikum, khush amdeed, good morning, goeiemorgen, pakhair ragle. Welcome to World This Morning, which is a Hashmi on such a beautiful day. Well, every other day is beautiful because, of course, it is a present from your creator, from your God up there. So I enjoy every other day that I get and I try to make the most of it. Well, to start the day with, I have a very small and simple message. Do not litter around. I mean, how difficult is that to understand? And how basic is that actually to understand? And also, there is no shame in picking the litter around you because, of course, you're making your country prettier than it was before. So talking about littering around, I have a very small suggestions for all of the students or kids watching this show right now. So next time you go to your classroom, maybe you can suggest to your teacher or your class fellows or anyone who's there that maybe you should plan a trip or a cleaning drive to a park or a natural heritage site or anywhere around you, near you. And then you can have all the fun you want over there. And on your way back, before you leave, you can, grab some of the huge garbage bags and fill all the litter in them from that place. I mean, you're only making Pakistan prettier. It's going to be so beautiful. And if you do so, please do share the pictures with us. Why does Pakistan deserve to look beautiful? Because it already, first of all, is beautiful. And it has one of the most unique and diverse flora and fauna of the world. Did you know, and trust you me, I didn't know, 10 out of 18 mammalian orders do exist in Pakistan, ranging from the smallest to the largest of mammals. And the smallest mammal being the Mediterranean pygmy shrew, and the largest of the planet, the blue whale. How amazing is that? And because of all these beautiful things, did you know that the tourism in Pakistan actually increased over 300% over the past few years? And we are, fingers crossed, looking to a better future in tourism for Pakistan as well. And it's not only about beautiful places over here. I mean, we have sports tourism as well. We have many other things, and also religious tourism. I mean, we have heritage as well, and which is not only important to the Pakistanis over here, or Muslims over here, or Christians, they're also equally important to the Hindus and Sikhs. And this is what we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are discussing tourism in Pakistan, the potential that we have, and the untapped industry. Well, it's not really untapped. We are looking into it. And the new incumbent government, ladies and gentlemen, improving the tourism in Pakistan happens to be one of their foremost objectives. So without further ado, I have some very apt guests with me in my studio. So I will be introducing them to you because we need to start discussing tourism right now, and you and I need to learn a lot from them. So on my right-hand side, we have been joined by someone who has come all the way from Peshawar today to be on our show. He happens to be Mr. Mushtaq Khan, the MD Tourism of KPK. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Our pleasure to have you early in the morning, sir. Next to Mr. Mushtaq, we have someone who happens to be a tourism expert. He is Mr. Khurram Ghaznavi, who happens to be the CEO of Decra Group as well. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you, ma'am? Thank you so much.
Absolutely
Thank
great.
You so much.
And next to Mr. Khurram, we have someone again who happens to be a tourism and hospitality expert. He is Yasir Rashid, who happens to be the founder and the CEO of Road and Story. Hello, assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, all of you gentlemen, for being here early in the morning. But to begin with, I think we have to start with you, sir. You do belong to the KPK government, of course, so let's start with what are your objectives for improving tourism in the next 5 years?
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmadu salli ala Rasulil Kareem. A very good question. Actually, let me tell you something about the tourism industry. Tourism industry is one of the largest industry and second in the world after oil and arms.
Of course.
You know that there are so many countries whose total economy is based on tourism.
Oh, wow.
For example, if you go to Maldives, if we go to Thailand, if we see Seychelles, if we go Mauritius, Sri Lanka, you just name any country, that their economy is based on tourism. But unfortunately, after 9/11 and the militancy and terror acts had a great setback to this industry globally, not only in our country,
Right.
but particularly globally, it has a great setback. Now, with the help of our army and with the zeal of the new government, particularly the love of Mr. Imran Khan,
Yes.
the Prime Minister of Pakistan, we are reviving this industry to gain back the zenith of it. We were the first in all provinces who introduced tourism policy.
Yes.
Our old tourism policy was framed in 1982, and thereafter no work was and no initiative was taken to revive it. So when the PTI government took over in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, they actually were and had the zeal to promote sustainable tourism in our province, because 75% tourist exports are there in our province.
Wow.
And it's not only simple greenery, but there is, you see, archaeological tourism, focused tourism, green tourism, and cultural tourism, and adventure tourism.
Right.
And we have a diverse flora, fauna, biodiversity, ecology, and you have gushing rivers, high peaks, mountains, beautiful lakes, meadows, and
So many
many more.
beautiful things.
yes, exactly.
We'll be so
many
proud
more.
of that, mashallah.
So, keeping with all that, we have decided to go for 5 years plane.
Okay.
And the plan is that initially we'll be targeting domestic tourism, and then after we'll go for the overseas Pakistan
Okay.
to bring them and see the beautiful landscape and diverse culture, because since long they're there and they haven't seen the changes which has taken place in the past 10 years. So, and then and after, when we see that environment it's very conducive and
Right.
very much, you see, best for investment in for the promotion of sustainable tourism, we'll be targeting international tourists to come
Okay.
and invest in this field. Presently, we have hold meetings in different travel and tourism expo.
Okay.
I was in February. I was in Spain.
Oh,
There was, you see, an international travel and tourism expo by name FITIOR,
okay.
which is organized by the World Tourism Organization, and all member countries of the World Tourism Organization, they participate in the, this travel and tourism expo.
Okay.
That was a very fruitful visit.
Yes.
Actually, we succeeded to attract a very big conglomerate by the name of Carthay English, who's
Wow.
having 3,000 tour operators in the Europe, and they have so many resorts on the 1,500-kilometer coastal line of Spain.
Okay.
And then and after, they have many departmental stores around, and when we talked to the president of the this big conglomerate, Carthay English, they showed interest that he'll be coming to Pakistan to invest in many
Wow.
sectors. I mean, in the creation of resorts, construction of hotels, motels,
Right.
and even we are targeting certain, you see, cable cars and
Right. Thank you so much for saying that. I have to come back to this later on because we need to talk about investment, of course. But now moving on to Mr. Khurram over here. You have a travel agency and you are also working in collaboration with the KP government. Tell us about what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting. We are just dealing in tourism in Pakistan, and we are trying to promote the tourism. Before this, when the KPK government was not focusing on tourism, it was very, it was very difficult to work in the KP areas and all
Right.
other areas. So after that, when the government of Imran Khan came there in KPK, they have focused on their tourism,
Yes.
and they're dealing with different, travel products and tourism products. So they offered us also, the travel agents, to come and join hands with them and do something new.
So you're assisting
Yeah.
them with giving them new ideas?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are. They are asking us different ideas, and they are promoting our tourism, and they are helping us to get something in tourism.
Right.
As you know, we have different issues in tourism in Pakistan, but at the moment, KPK government is very supportive, and
Yes.
they are.
This is something they're looking to, probably
Yeah,
improve for
yeah,
Pakistan
yeah,
in the
yeah,
future as
improve,
well,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is brilliant.
But we have religious tourism, we have Sikhs, we have Christianity, we have other people,
Yeah.
and they have different places to visit in Pakistan.
Yeah.
But we were not promoting previously on these sites. So now government is very helping. Now government is very
course.
focusing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very good. It's very
Also, these are some of the real sort of vistas that we need to tap upon, and that is what the incumbent government is doing, ladies and gentlemen. And speaking about the same thing, moving on to Mr. Yasir over here, you are also working in collaboration with the Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir government because you have some amazing ideas about tourism. Tell us about that. How did this begin?
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me to
Our
this
pleasure.
show. So I'm grateful. So I would like to tell you at the start that why I ended up in tourism.
Okay.
I was a pure corporate guy. I
Okay.
worked 15, 16 years in
Wow.
banking sector, in retail sector. Then I left this and joined tourism because I was a traveler
Yeah.
and I used to see lots of tourism potential in Pakistan even before this government. We are talking about this government, I'm talking about the previous government as well.
Yeah.
Even in that tenure, there were lots of opportunities and they were trying to
course.
do, but they were not able to understand what they should be doing.
Okay.
So then as you mentioned about Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir government, we started a very unique project with collaboration of Akhuat and Tourist Assistance Program. The name of the project is with Pakistan Poverty Alleviation Fund, and it was a government-funded project. And the idea was to build rooms in the homes of locals.
Okay.
So let me tell you the problem with Pakistan tourism.
Right.
Actually, tourism, if being ex-finance guy, so let me quote few numbers.
Yeah.
Total tourism industry size worldwide is $7.6 trillion,
Trillion,
which is
imagine.
$7,600 billion.
Wow.
If Pakistan gets 1% of the share, this comes to $76 billion.
Wow.
And what we are doing is we are going around the world behind, running behind
course.
IMF for 5, 6, $10 billion.
Right, of
So
course
this is the potential. So how to tap this potential? One is the demand side to generate demand for Pakistan
Right.
tourism. That the government is doing very well. Prime Minister is talking about tourism
Yeah.
while eating, while speaking at any forum.
Yeah,
This is
anywhere
very
and
good.
everywhere.
But the second problem is the supply side. So
Of course.
when I talk about supply side of tourism, then I mean the accommodation, hot water. Let me tell you, Shaza, the hot water in the rooms in northern areas, it's such a big issue that our pipes get burst in the winters. So we are not even able to fix this. The government is not able to fix this issue.
Right.
So this is supply side related thing.
So it's mainly because they're not very aware of these issues as well. And even if they are, then this is what they're looking towards, for solving all these issues. But since, when we started the show, we were talking about waste management and not littering around. We have a video from you about waste management. We'll take a look at it. And when we come back, you're going to tell us what this was. Let's head out. Wow, this was such an amazing video. First of all, of course, you are a responsible citizen of Pakistan because of all these things that you're doing. We are definitely going to be talking about how we have been, they have in fact been involving locals in becoming a part of the tourism industry. But about this waste management program, what was this?
Yeah, at the start you mentioned very rightly about not littering. The problem with those areas or probably any other area in Pakistan is people don't care.
Yeah.
Even while you're traveling on motorway, you see people open the windows of their cars and then throw the...
Just conveniently throw anything from their
Can you
car
just
out?
imagine we consider that car is our home and that road is not our home.
Imagine.
That is absolutely wrong. So in the mountains, it's a bliss. It's a beautiful
Right.
sceneries and you see lots of waste lying around, the plastic bags, the water bottles, the juice packs. So the program is about preventive, detective and corrective measures.
Wow.
So preventive measures means they're telling people, making them socially responsible citizens, please do not litter.
Do not, right?
Detective measure is, I'm advising the government that we will make a waste management force in the season It will consist of the students, the teachers, the local NGOs, and all the volunteers. They will be roaming around the roads, and they will look after that the people are not throwing. And if somebody is going to throw, they will ask, please, Hunza ko ganda mat kare.
Wow, so
Please
it's
do not
sort of-
litter Hunza.
wow,
Please
this
do not
sort of-
litter Kashmir.
Eco guardians, right?
It is eco-guard. So that
Okay.
is the detective, and then the corrective measures means we are going to legislatize, and probably the government sector people can tell you more about it. That these police force, waste management police force, they will be imposing fines on the tourist who will litter those beautiful places.
Wow, I absolutely love the idea and really hope we do implement it and get better results out of this. But coming back to Mr. Mushtaq over here, sir, one of the reasons that we have identified so far is these places are littered because they are burdened by the amount of tourists coming to the same places over and over again. I mean, if you look at Naran, it used to be so beautiful. It still is. But even the markets and everything have become localized. Have you identified new sites for improving tourism?
Yes, sure. We have identified 20 more sites.
20 more sites.
Yeah.
Wow.
Totally version new, untapped, with the help of World Bank. And we will be developing 4 sites each year.
Okay.
And the prime objective of this new sites is to ease the burden over the previous one.
Right.
I mean, if you know that in Kalam and in Naran and other rural places, there is no law, there is no bylaw, as you were discussing about the solid waste disposal.
Yeah.
There is no solid waste disposal management up there. The people are constructing hotels without any planning. They are like mushrooms popping out. And now we have decided that we should have bylaws and rules for that. The provincial government, with the help of the federal government, they'll demolish those who have, you see, encroachments, in, which is really creating fuss and panic. Let me tell you that we have spent of billion in Kalam last year, and this year when you visit and see Kalam, it's totally changed because we have changed and renovated, upgraded the infrastructure, the roads. We have floral shops there. We have food streets there. We have a cricket ground constructed there. We also erected these weaving decks and children play lanes. And actually, with the help of hydel projects, we illuminated all these streets.
Right.
We changed the facing of all shops because people are poor, and we wanted that it shouldn't give a shabby and bad look, so that's why we spent a lot more money on cleaning and fishing and upgrading the all facilities. We have given them a, you see, new color regime, same color regime. We are trying to go and identify, like Bayoun is a place very close to Kalam. We were planning for a resort and also planning to have a chairlift program there, as we have in Malam Jaba.
Right.
If you remember, Malam Jaba was an old skiing resort, was destroyed by the militants in 2008
Okay.
and was ready to ground. And then the provincial government and the federal government, they wanted to revive this old project because since long it was, you see, in a very bad and shabby condition. So we plan that we'll go for a public-private partnership because
Right.
the role of Tourism Corporation Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is not as inhabitor. We act as a facilitator.
Okay,
We are
okay.
going to provide infrastructure and all facilities in all respect to, you see, upgrade and open new vistas and new.
Okay.
So, to the tune of billions was invested in Malam Jaba.
Wow.
And Malam Jaba is having now 5-star hotel.
Yes, of
Probably it's with the Hashu group now will be known as Malam Jaba PC. And the cable car has been already there, and 2 international skiing events took place there. So by the and nearly 12 other countries participated in the skiing competition, including Belgium, Norway, Turkey, and Ukraine, Afghanistan. So it was declared the world most suitable skiing.
Right. Places
Yes, exactly.
to hold
skiing,
competitions, of
yes,
course,
exactly,
internationally.
for the coming 10 years. And Naran is also one of the best places. We tried and we were succeeded nearly, but actually due to certain reasons we dropped that, and we'll be planning again in readvertising Naran once again for this cable car, because we would like to have a cable car from Naran straight to Lake Sefalmaduk.
Oh wow, that is going to be so beautiful, because ladies and gentlemen, if you do watch my shows, you know I've never been to these beautiful, amazing places in the north, but the only place I've been to for one day was Naran, and it was so stunning. I cannot wait to have a cable car running all over it. And since we were talking about the international ski competition in Malam Japa, you know the sports tourism industry in Pakistan is actually booming. I mean, it's not only these ski competitions, but there are also some jeep rallies happening in the north, and also this polo competition in Chitral and so many other things. The hiking and trekking in our mountains and whatnot. So these are some of the things that do attract foreigners and tourists coming to Pakistan. Since you are working in collaboration with the KPK government, there were some things that you identified you're going to do for attraction. I mean, like pods and some things. Please tell us about it.
Yeah, first of all, I like to tell the people that what is the season to travel towards north. You know, in our north side, we have snowfalls, rains, and all other things, and landsliding also. So people need to go there after March end. Okay, we have different places like in Kashmir. We have Neelam Valley, Lipa Valley, then Sudan Gully side, and then we have Chakoti Chanari side. This is our Kashmir side, which is very beautiful, very scenic place to visit.
It's heaven on earth.
Yeah, you know, it's called heaven on earth. So its season starts from March and it ends till November end. So then we will move towards Naran Kagan. Naran Kagan is also a very beautiful place, as you told already. It's very good place to visit. But its season also starts from the end of May, and then it ends on November.
Okay, so if I were to plan a trip with my friends, with let's say my university fellows or something towards the north, and I wanted to, I've been to the pods in Tandayani, so I do know it's going to be so much fun. I mean, they sometimes have a singular bed, they have two beds as well. So the next time when you have started working on the projects that you are, what are we looking at? I mean, there are tree houses as well. I mean, we've always seen them just in movies, but now we can be living in them.
Yeah, as Mr. Mushtaq Khan has told you that they are working on different projects in KPK. With the government of KPK's collaboration, we are launching, inshallah, very soon, the tree houses in Pakistan.
Now, Mr. Yasir, just, before this, we were talking about how you are making locals a part of your, the tourism industry as well. You are making this sort of, I know I shouldn't be naming this, but you're making this sort of an Airbnb, where the video that we just showed, we can actually watch these places in real from the houses that we can live in. Please tell us about that, and how is that going to benefit, let's see, the economy of the area as well, and then employment opportunities too? Yeah,
actually the concept is live with the locals. The idea behind is that the tourists from the bigger cities, from outside Pakistan, they will go there, they will live in the homes of the locals, they will see their tradition, their culture, their food, their kitchens, their kids, they will talk with them. So it will develop them socially, it will provide them the economic sustenance.
So it's like a cultural program.
Absolutely. And then besides this, they will guide their children that how they should be developing themselves, their education program. It is community interactions, it is social capital development, it is financial and economic sustainability of the locals. So this is the idea behind it. And besides this, as Mushtaq Sahab was mentioning about leisure and the business tourism. So again, going back to the numbers, 82% of the world is leisure tourism, and 18% is business tourism. So if you talk about leisure tourism, in leisure tourism, there is a lot to be done and to attract people. What we are doing is we are trying to sell the story of Pakistan. That's why the name of my company is Road and Story. So what we are doing is that the culture, history, geography of Pakistan besides the scenic beauty. So it's not only the scenic beauty. Pakistan is having amazing culture, very rich, the food, tradition, the festivals that we have, the kinds of activities, the names of the cities. The Taubat, one of the place in Kashmir, it is based on a name, Tau and Bat. Bat is Pathar, Tau is Tawa. They used to cook food on the Pathar, on the stone. So that's why the name of the place is Taubat. So exploring these things, researching, we have got a whole team which is researching Pakistan's culture, its history. In Hunza, there are 50 million old ice plates, and then there's a place where they collided, and the Himalaya, then it was
They
formed.
came- oh,
There's a place
wow.
there, nobody knows it.
I didn't know that. Thank you so much for informing me, and I absolutely love where you're going with the cultural aspect of Pakistan. I mean, we can't wait to see the end result of all this. But a few years ago, there happened to be a Khyber train safari in the KPK. I mean, it was a steam engine, and it was so much fun because you get to see so many different places and the safari as well. So where did that go? Are we going to ever have that back, the Khyber train safari?
Definitely, we'll be reviving this steam safari once again, but due to certain reasons, the track was not in proper shape and condition. Now we have talked to the authorities that they'll be properly building the track, and soon after that, we'll start the Khyber train safari, which was a legendary track in having its archaeological and historical background, because
Right.
it passes through the Khyber Pass. And in the meantime, we also have another Indus train safari, which goes to the Attock, where we have the remains of Buddha, of
Right.
the Mughal era, and so many other beautiful places
Yes.
was seen. So soon we'll be having this train safari once again. But
Wow.
let me tell you one thing, that
Yes.
not only that, we are going for canoeing, rafting, paragliding, and
Water sports.
mountaineering.
Wow.
Oh, actually, we have started trekking, ziplining, and all those activities, which is the essential component of tourism.
Yeah.
We have also identified certain projects which will be going with the consultants once
Okay.
again to prepare a feasibility for that. The projects which we have identified,
Right.
the booklet is here.
Okay.
This is the treasure to invest.
To invest, of
And
course.
I would like simply to name those projects and those places which we have is
Right.
worth investment.
Yes,
The
absolutely.
religious tourism resort at Takhbai archaeological ruins,
Wow.
because it's on the World Heritage List.
Yes, of course.
And you wouldn't believe, in long back when you invited South Korean monks, 20 number, they went to Julia, it's close to Taxla, and they performed their religious rituals there. And when they came to Buddhist monastery Takhbai, they told us, and we were shocked, that the first prophet of Buddhism went from Swabi, and he propagated the Buddhism there in Korea, in China.
Crossing from
yeah,
Swabi.
exactly,
Wow.
exactly. So it spread from here, because if you know the Pashkalwati, Pashpapura, Charsada in Peshawar, it was the capital
Okay.
of Buddhist Ashoka,
Wow.
who was the disciple of the Lord Buddha.
Yeah.
And he actually propagated the Buddhism globally. So now our minister, senior minister, Mr. Atif, he visited Zurich, and he took a statue of the Lord Buddha.
Okay.
You wouldn't believe, in the Deputy Dalai Lama from Tibet, he came from the homage with the chief monk of China.
Oh,
So
wow.
we are actually planning to invite foreign investment to construct.
Yes, of
Because
course.
we have place, we have land, we have all
We have
facilities available
absolutely.
there. Because as Sikh Yatris are coming for
Pilgrimage,
Nankana,
yes.
Nankana, why not they can come to see their own old religious
sites, of course.
places.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we are targeting now religious tourism. And in Hunt, we have acquired land to the tune of 400 canals. We would like to have water sports facilities and
Yeah.
adventure theme park like that there.
Wow.
And Hunt, as you see, it's also having a very historical
Right. Of course, aspect to it. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, when you do plan a vacation for yourself, if you're a local, of course, you're just probably taking a weekend off or something, you're going to the mountains, you're loving the view and everything. But if you're coming from outside Pakistan, you have a few days to yourself, and of course, you want to do more than just sightseeing, which is why they have been introducing water sports. I mean, there's going to be zip lining. This is so exciting. And then again, some historical sites that we've already mentioned. But these are some of the good things. Mr. Khurram, now you happen to deal with travelers a lot, tourists from abroad and within Pakistan as well. What do you feel like are the issues that they face and the government or the people need to address them?
Basically, the problem is that when we have tourists in Pakistan, And when there is a rush of tourists in the areas, you know, there is a fluctuality of rates, prices, in
Absolutely.
food, in hotels, in all transportations, all these things, and we face different problems for that, you know. So what we need is to fix the prices. We want the government to fix the prices at the place that will make, you know, feel us easy to bring the
Right.
people to Pakistan, to deal with them. So we have some such kind of issues.
Right.
Also, we need to give some good transportations,
Okay.
transportation facilities to our foreign tourists. Then we need some licenses
Right.
to be with us, so
Of
we can
course.
we can take the foreign tourists with us to the
to the beautiful
yeah,
places that,
the
of course, we
places.
have over here in Pakistan. And since, you know, just a while ago you mentioned that how sometimes, you know, the rates are increased because of the tourist influx, the huge tourist influx. It happened to me one time as well. So we were posted in Murray. My dad, I do belong to a military background, a lot of you know. So we were posted in Murray for 2 years straight, and the people over there, of course, they knew by our faces we're not locals. And they would sell shawls or the beautiful things belonging to Murray at such high rates that it was, you know, unaffordable for us. But, you know, that is a part of the industry as well. You're going to enjoy it if you ever do face it. But there's one thing that I didn't know about. Of course, I read about it just a few days back. But it is, let's say, very safe to say that it is an untapped industry. The halal tourism, Mr. Yasir, and it is what, $2.3 billion industry.
Yeah.
And Pakistan, being a Muslim country, does not have any stakes in it. Please tell us about it. And should we be venturing into this or not?
Yeah, actually, Halal Tourism, my company, we are focusing on halal tourism. We want to gain the maximum share from the world. But the reason being, if you talk about Pakistan,
Yeah.
from Karachi to Chitral, it's hardly 2,500 or 3,000 kilometer of area, and you get to see the sea, the ocean, and the deserts, and the landscapes of
Right.
Punjab, and then the mountains, the glaciers, the lakes, the
Yeah.
valleys. In this small distance, you get everything.
Right.
So lots of foreigners were approaching us, lots of Pakistanis were who were settled outside, and lots of Muslims who are not Pakistani, but they want to visit Pakistan, but they have got lots of halal.
Well, Mr. Yasir, I'm sorry I have to cut you here, but please, before that, could you explain the concept of halal tourism to everyone out
I'm
there?
coming to that.
Yeah.
So halal tourism is a concept where you provide the tourists all kinds of facilities and its tours, which is focused on Islamic traditions and
Their
its values
needs.
and principles. As you mentioned, the size of the industry, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and no Muslim country is at the top. Can you imagine? Australia and Thailand are at the top of halal tourism,
wow.
and Pakistan is nowhere. Turkey, Malaysia, Indonesia comes around 10th or 12th number. So just imagine Pakistan, which is all set for halal tourism. We don't know anything about this. So we are focusing on this for all those Muslims who are non-Pakistanis.
Right.
And so we provide them all the facilities which they want, the room as per their halal needs. I mean, the Qibla directions, the prayer timings, washroom is their Muslim shower, and then the food, and then the tour is being aligned with the prayer timings. And all the religious kinds of things are being properly met with.
Wow.
So besides this halal tourism, we are focusing on the luxury tourism as well. Luxury tourism is again a new concept. Lots of foreigners ask me, and we have developed a product for them. Then there's virtual tourism. This is again a new concept for
Indeed,
Pakistan.
yeah.
We are virtually providing tourists the facilities. We have imported a few virtual screens. So the tourists will be visiting the places, and whole world will be seeing this from the tourist eyes.
Wow.
So we have done this, and then architectural tours. The architectural tourism in Pakistan, again, untapped industry, from Karachi Mohata Palace to Lahore Shahi Killa to Rohtas Fort, Jhelum, to Ramkot Fort in Kashmir, to Altit and Baltit Fort in Hunza, to Shigar and Khaplu Fort in
Wow.
Skardu region. Imagine,
many
we have got a
immensely
plan for
beautiful
10 to
places.
12 architectural sites. We take the foreigners there, and we just tell them the history and the culture and the people who were living in these forts.
Right.
So that kind of concept.
Okay,
And,
perfect. Okay, thank you so much for saying that. But just because we're short in time, I'm so sorry, gentlemen. But towards the end, Mr. Mushtaq, I want you to explain or just leave a message for everyone out there, you know, just on behalf of after the devolution, the Ministry of Tourism of the KPK has been enhancing a lot of tourism in the province, which is absolutely great. So a message to everyone out there watching the show right now to come to Pakistan, to come to KPK and enjoy the immense beauty that we offer.
Yeah, very true. Actually, the environment up there in our province, in the whole country, is very conducive. And you see that in the past 1 year, we have experienced so many Chinese Buddhists. They are visiting our country and they are seeing their religious spots. Actually, many people are coming for Kalasha culture to watch the ritual. He was just telling us, and they have different festivals, and they are participating in it. But you see that the negative propagation of the media, Western media, and the negative, you see this trip advisory
Right.
by many countries has checked the flow of tourists to our country, but actually we are trying to eliminate this negative perception. And we're trying to tell them that there is full normalcy and we have beautiful lines, beautiful places.
Yeah.
They can come, they can enjoy, and we have now introduced an idea of camping pods.
Wow.
The camping pods is actually fully insulated log huts, and we think that if there's a place which is having potential in respect of tourism, so we launched these camping pods, these huts up there. It's not only upgrade the socio-economic condition of the target area,
Okay.
but will also new vistas, new destinations will be
course.
open. We would like to, I would like to share that we must have a slogan like Indian have Incredible India,
Yeah.
like
Which is
Malaysia
not
is
really,
truly
but-
Asia. We would like to go for that.
Yeah.
Long back we had a slogan in our province: terrorism, tourism, not terrorism. So we
course.
will definitely be welcoming.
Well,
sort of a
tourism,
slogan
not
to-
terrorism.
yeah,
Of course, we have been, you know, succeeding in portraying the soft image of Pakistan across the world. And ladies and gentlemen, in just less than 1 hour, I mean, we have made you visit the highest peaks of Pakistan, the beautiful deserts of Pakistan as well, the religious and cultural aspects too, the waters and whatnot, the flora and fauna. So if you took away anything from this show, please write to us on our Facebook page with the name of World This Morning. We are also on Twitter on World This Morning without a G. Daily Motion on YouTube, World This Morning. And if you have missed this, it's okay. You're in luck. You can watch the repeat at 11 p.m. tonight. Until the next time, take care. Good morning.